welcome to Outlaw Edge. So this is what I'm doing today, using the Lucky Blocks, and I've got 80 grit, and I found a couple spots that showed up really good. So there's a low spot right there. So I'll blast some more primer on this door, which I'm bummed because you think you have it done, but you find some low spots with a big long block, because the longer the blocks don't lie. They'll show body work. And I got one right there. You can see this holiday right here. That's a low spot. And then where I puttied, I must have not got enough in there, but I'll keep blocking and see if it goes away. But if not, I'm gonna put some more primer there too. So these two spots will have to get primed. But so if I'm gonna do this door, I might as well do the whole damn thing, because you got spots like that. And I also have this over here that needs to be done. This will get blocked today, and it'll get like another 2 or 3 coats of primer. And then Aspen's in here helping me today. She's doing all the sanding on the firewall, trying to get the firewall all finished up, getting it sanded for me so we can get it in primer. And like I said, we got a worker coming in tomorrow to help us out. He's gonna come in and he's a new guy that'll be working with us. He's gonna be working on trying to get all the firewall prepped so we can get that in primer. And you playing on your phone or working? Huh? So what are you doing over there? You gonna tell him?
What? Oh. Sanding down all the paint from the front.
Yeah? And why are you doing that?
So we can put primer on it.
Awesome. So this is my little worker. This is my stepdaughter, and she's awesome. She does a really good job. She's an awesome fabricator and welder and everything. And we try to teach young kids to do this kind of stuff, and it's just exciting to see somebody that has the excitement that I do to do this kind of stuff. And it's fun to have them in there and teach them, and have them goofing off in the shop and making it where it's like home, But it's just a blast having her in here working. So I miss my daughter and my kids, my daughter and my son working in here too, because they used to work in the shop too, but they're in California right now. But I'll get to see them soon. But enough of the personal stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna keep sanding on this thing. And like one of the guys on YouTube was saying, he was saying, hey, please wear a mask or whatever. I always wear a mask when I'm sanding, but like if I'm filming, I'll take the mask off just so I can talk. But anyways, I'll probably film some more in a bit. So in past videos, I've had people ask, when you're block sanding or whatever, I've had guys say, I thought you only use Lucky Blocks. Well, and I've said it in other videos that we do use Lucky Blocks, but we also use the Durablocks first. And we run the sandpaper on those, run over the whole panel. And then the reason we use the Lucky Blocks is after about 5 minutes of sanding, you can see all the dark gray spots. Those are all low. And these Lucky Blocks are so sensitive that they pick up everything so good that you could actually see how much of the panel. It even picks up your spray marks from your primer going back and forth. I mean, it'll take out every imperfection in that panel. So I mean, they're totally worth it. And you can find him on Instagram under Lucky Blocks, or YouTube, or you can just punch in Lucky Blocks on Google and it pops up. But they're amazing. And like I said, it picks up every imperfection. I hope you guys can see that on camera. Every low spot in here. All the dark gray is low. So I'll keep sanding on this panel and go from there. Well, today's a good day. Everything's done. Everything's ready for primer. And then I'll block it one more time, and that'll be just with fine sandpaper. I got a little imperfection right there that I want to check. You can see a little bit of a dent right there, but I'm gonna hammer that out from the backside, bump it, fill it with primer. And I had one right here, which is funny because it actually looks like, let me see if I can get it close enough. If you look at it, if you guys notice, it looks just like Wayne Reynolds. See the eye and the mouth with the tongue sticking out? So I had a worker here yesterday. He was sanding all the inside of this stuff. I don't know. There's still a lot of sanding to be done because still chips off and stuff. So I gotta go through here and sand and clean and prep and whatever. That'll be black inside there. I did, when I was doing the tailgate, when I went over the tailgate with the real fine sandpaper on the Lucky Blocks, I was telling you guys how it shows up every little imperfection and I want it perfect. It had like this weird spot that went through like this, like a kind of like that shape. So I mudded the whole thing with that real fine putty. So it's like just paper thin. And then I went over it again with a little bit more coarse block and knocked it down. And then of course there was that little imperfection right here, and then there was one up here, but it got all those. So this is ready for primer. That's ready for primer. This is all finished. The hood's done, finally. Get out of here, fly. And isn't that a song like Shoe Fly Shoe or something like that? Anyways, this there's that little imperfection here, and I use that metal glaze. And like I said, this is that Evercoat metal glaze that I use, part number 100416. And Chad was asking about the Robert Lowe Maxi Fill, and this is the stuff that I use. This is the body filler that is just kick-ass. This stuff is amazing. And he was saying that my friend Pete uses it, which I'm pretty sure he does. And like I said, this stuff is killer right here. It sands like butter, and it is strong. That's my favorite stuff right there. You know, if we have to use filler, that's what I choose to use. That's all filled and taken care of down here. The front clip is completely 100% done now, except for the little imperfections that I'm gonna go through and hit. I had another one right here somewhere, but I forgot to mark it with a pencil. So when I block it, I'll probably find that one. There's like a little nick or something right here. And then this morning I was messing around with it and I found one right there on the like a little scratch, sandpaper scratch. It was pretty like a gouge. That's taken care of. The guy that we had here yesterday worked all day on the firewall, and it still has like another day of sanding. Didn't get much done on that, but I mean, that's the thing is, you know, when you have to hand sand this stuff, because you can't sand, you know, he was saying, you know, let's use power tools. Well, you can't. You use power tools, and all it does is it ends up chewing up all these edges, and the power tools, like die grinders and stuff, it just ends up wrecking all the rubber sanders for the Rolex discs or the belts for the sanders. And, you know, all this stuff is gonna have to be prepped by hand, and it sucks. But you know what? That's the thing is nowadays is people don't want to do the work. They just want to bitch and piss and moan about it. Well, this is what we're doing, and I want it done right. So, and you know, when it gets done, it'll have seam sealer right here, because these 57 Chevys, I think they put the top on there, and then it's got like a weld or something spot welded, and seam sealer right there. Everything else on the car is pretty much wiped out, done. That door's finished. So everything now is in the stage where we can start taping and priming, and then let it sit overnight, come back in the next day, wet sand everything, and get it where it's just super smooth. And we will put primer sealer on it. And I think that's about it. So if I do any more sanding and stuff today or prep, I'll show you what I got going on. So somebody else was asking about what primer we use, and we use the Show Car Finish. It's a Show Car Finish Monster Fill 500. And don't ask me where to get it, because we quit worrying about trying to get it for other people, because it just ended up being a big old mess. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but we're working on that problem right now, because I know Chad was asking me about getting some of it, and it's just been a pain in the ass. But AmeriBuild is the sealer. It's gonna go over the top of everything. So the car will get sprayed with this next. And then the color of the car is right there. It's like a brown, orange. I don't even know what to explain this color. Root beer? I don't know. And then a cream top. Customer's choice. Not my choice. All right, so I'm trying to get the rest of the frame on the front part in front of the firewall, trying to get it all cleaned up. And I was looking for a fitting, and I'm gonna have to do like Ralphie does. I'm gonna have to consult the Oracle. So hang on a second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So Ralphie has this big pile of nuts and bolts and stuff in his shop, and he says he's got to consult the Oracle. Well, this is my Oracle. Badass. It If you guys haven't went over and checked out Ralphie's Customs, go check his YouTube channel out. It's hard to do with a camera. Yeah, that's what I need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this fitting on there, and I'm gonna put some cleaner in here, some wax and grease remover, and I'll spray it on the frame. That way I don't have to sit and wipe that stuff, put gloves on and wipe it down for hours. I can spray the frame down really good and soak it up, whatever, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So Super Clean hooked us up. They sponsored us, and they sent us some chemicals. They're biodegradable. And one of the things I didn't say in the video is when you're using this stuff, it is safe for it is safe on paint. It's not going to mess your paint up and bubble it up and eat it up and whatever. But you can see it's already starting to get super clean. Super clean, that's funny. Really clean on the frame and firewall and all that stuff. Got a little bit of sanding to do still. But I want to get in all these little nooks and crannies and all the spots, because when this gets painted black, what'll happen is it'll just, you know, the cleaner I have it, the nicer it'll make it look. So I'm going to go through and hand sand a bunch of this stuff, which is a pain in the ass, but it's what it is. So, you know, I'd like to get this stuff in primer, excuse me, and I'd like to get the frame painted, you know, get everything taped off and get the frame painted so I could retape it, hide it, and then paint the firewall, the ugly orange that's going on this thing. And, you know, trying to get all this stuff all degreased and everything's a pain in the ass. But like I said, I'll use the Super Clean first, which I've been doing. And I'm going to put another coat on it just a little bit and then wipe it down really good and use a brush. I'll brush it on real nice, and then I'll use cold water to spray it off. And this says soapy, but it's not. It's just regular water in there. And I'll just use cold water and spray this all off, and then it'll degrease it, and then I'll just clean up my floor. And then, you know, I'll go through and make sure everything's like all these little nooks and crannies, like in spots like these, you know, I'll make sure there's everything's real brushed around all these edges and whatever. And all that does is when you're done, it'll just make it look 1,000 times better, you know, when you paint it. So this is the Super Clean that I used on this. And after I degreased it like 3 times, I mean, I could have done it twice, but since I'm painting this, I want it to be really, really nice. And I got a couple spots that are like, you know, paint's chipping and whatever. I'll clean those all up, but man, it worked good. Clean this stuff up really nice. And there's no film or nothing on your fingers, you know, after you touch it, no oil. Now I just have a huge mess to clean up on the floor. But I'll get that mopped up, cleaned up. And then try to get the rest of this firewall and stuff prepped. I want to see if I can get this, maybe paint this frame today, but we'll see what happens. Working on that firewall, I've got the DA and then this sander, which this thing's a lifesaver right here. Anybody that hasn't bought one of these yet, got to get one. These things are awesome. And what else? And the die grinder, here you go. And then some sandpaper. So pretty much all this stuff here, all these tools, and then a lot of hand sanding. Sorry about the crazy camera work, but trying to get all these little nooks and crannies and getting all this crap sanded down, because I want the primer to stick to the metal. I don't want a bunch of old crusty junk. We had a guy in here Monday sanding on it, but you know, I don't know. It's one of them things. It's you try to get somebody else to do it, you don't see as much progress until you do it yourself, kind of thing. So I just did more in like 45 minutes than he did in the whole day, which, I mean, you know, the dude tried, but whatever. I got a lot done though, and that feels good, because then tomorrow I can come in here and clean up all these little edges and whatever, blow everything down, wipe it all down with Prep All. And then Heidi's picking the paint up tomorrow for the frame, which is like a satin black color. And then the firewall gets that orange, the automotive orange that's going on this. But I want to get it in primer first, so I'll at least try to get it in primer tomorrow. And then I'll get all these other parts laying around here, get everything in primer. And then the next day I can come in here and start putting some sealer on everything. And then once the sealer goes on it, I can start putting some color on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut everything down and get out of here. One of my rants though, here we go again on another rant. But one of my rants is, you know, a lot of times in the shop, the reason we're not doing customers' cars anymore is because people watch too much TV. They're like, oh, well, you know, it took these guys a week to do this car. Yeah, and it also probably cost them $200,000, and they had 15 to 17 workers working on the damn thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And no, they didn't do it in a week. It's called TV, television. It's all fake. You know, they probably did it in 30 days, yeah, maybe 30 days. But some of these full custom builds, there's no way. I mean, there's no freaking way at all, you know. It's just, it cracks me up. But it can be exhausting. You just keep ticking along, do as much as you can do. And, you know, if you have customers that a lot of times are like, well, what'd you get done on my car? What'd you get done on my car? Well, first off, you haven't paid your bill this month, so we haven't done a damn thing, that kind of deal, you know, and it just kind of tumbles from there. And, you know, did you get the right primer for us? Oh, I haven't got primer yet. Well, can you go pick it up? No, I'm not picking it up. If I pick your primer up, it's going to go, you know, it's 2 hours one way and 2 hours back for us to do something. So that's 4 hours. You're getting charged 4 hours labor. Well, I don't want to pay that. Well, then go pick your own damn primer up. And it just goes, it's one of those things just round and round and round. And it's you end up babysitting. It's not, you're not building custom cars, you're babysitting. That's all you're doing. And it's just a pain in the ass, you know. So Heidi and I pulled out. We're like, we're not doing customers' cars no more. We have a couple customers' cars that are gonna get finished up and they are gone. And we no longer will be doing customer work for anybody. From now on, we're doing our own work on our own cars and our own stuff. And it's gonna be awesome. And I'm super tickled about that because, you know, we have a couple pain in the ass jobs that will bust out. And I'm excited to build you know, we have a full custom Carmen Ghia that we're getting ready to build. That's gonna be badass. It's a Carmen Ghia 2-door, what would you call it? Like it's not a sedan. I guess it would be a hardtop, a 2-door hardtop. But we're actually making a real folding top convertible chopped Carmen Ghia. So it'll be all laid out on the ground and badass paint work and everything. And you know, that's for a very special customer, and I'm not going to say no names. That's an exciting job that's coming up. And then I've been wanting to build my own Willys wagon, 4-wheel drive, and so I have the Willys wagon sitting here, and I have the suspension and the motor and the transmission and just everything for it. Rims, and then, you know, I'll go buy the tires and the paint and get everything put together and do that myself, and then that way I'll have my own Willys wagon, big lifted 4-wheel drive that I could go tear up in the woods and drive around on the trails and stuff. I hope I don't look glare. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to get out of here for the night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We got a bunch of stuff that we got to do that we'll be doing some more videos and whatever. I actually have some videos loaded right now, but I'm not going to release them until Heidi's done doing the tags and, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I gotta go let the dogs out and all that crap, and just hopefully I can bust ass on this thing tomorrow and get it done. Get all the primer laid out, get the paint work done, and then, like I said, we'll say la vie. See these bitches rolling down the road. Won't have to look at them no more. But anyways, I appreciate your support. Sorry I rambled on so long. Down below, there's this thing called a subscribe button. Hit it. I'm out of here. I'm starting to get delirious. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Before I get out of here tonight, I wanted to say thank you to all my supporters on the channel, all of our subs and everything. And I wanted to do a couple of quick shout outs real quick. If you guys haven't gone over and checked out Sobering Restorations, Jeff and Dave, they're good people. They're in Canada, and go check their channel out. Awesome people. They do some good burnouts too, and Dave breaks everything. Mill Creek Fab Shop. If you guys haven't gone and checked out Mill Creek Fab Shop, Joey Collins, he's a goofball just like us. And between him and Wayne Reynolds and Michael Knight, those guys are gonna make me start drinking. But Mill Creek Fab Shop, go check him out. He's doing building a, what would you call it? A scooter, a motorcycle? I don't know. But he's hand building the frame and everything right now. It's really cool. And he's got some good content on his channel, and just an awesome guy. And the other one of my other favorites is DG Retro Customs, Danny. He's a crazy guy from where you guys at? England or London or some crap like that? He's way the hell over there. And dude is just funny as hell, but he's got some great videos and really good fabricator. Like, he's got some awesome content, and he's working on getting another shop and stuff, going through a lot of stuff right now. So, you know, he needs your support too. So go over and give him a sub on his channel and check out his channel and, you know, watch some of his videos and whatever. And our other channel, if you guys haven't subbed to our other channel yet, it's NZ Mopar, the Noisy Pleck, the Glenn Rid, NZ Mopar on YouTube. Go check out NZ Mopar. He's a good dude. And you'll see a lot of our stuff on there, a lot of his stuff on there, and it's all mixed up together and whatever. And he's doing this badass, what do you call it, 1925 Studebaker right now. It's like a touring sedan, I guess you'd call it, or no, touring convertible. And it's just really cool, you know, watching the stage of this car come together and everything. It's gonna be an awesome build. And one of my other favorites is, if you guys could go check out Ralphie's Customs. It's Ralphie's Knucklehead on YouTube. And Ralphie's Customs is building a, he's doing some amazing fabrication. Like, his fab skills are just, blows me away. And I don't know where he learned this stuff at, but I thought he was new at this stuff, but he's already cutting threads on lathes and doing some milling machine work, and I'm jealous. Like, I want to know how to do all that stuff, you know? I want to learn how to do that stuff. I mean, it's one of them things, you know, the more you learn, the more you're worth kind of deal. And Ralphie's Customs he's building some sick-ass bikes, and, you know, he's got some really good content on his channel, and the guy's funny as hell. It's not a family channel, but the guy, Ralphie, don't change a thing, bro. Like, your channel's perfect. Your channel's badass. He's always giving me a bad time about saying that. So, but anyways, go check out Ralphie's Customs, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I appreciate you guys, you know, all the support and everything on the channel. You guys have a good night. Later.